Hello, this is Cheryl Wilson, and this is part 2 of my painting abstracted landscapes. And if you haven't watched part 1, that's okay, because this is just another entire painting. Over in part 1, I did a painting on canvas and 2 paper paintings in a journal. This is on a canvas. And this one took a couple different turns, and I like how it turned out. I am not a abstract painter who paints landscapes a lot. I do paint landscapes when I feel just inspired to do them. One of the things I do in my landscapes all the time is texture and more texture, marks and layers, and that if I did not have that in my landscapes, I would just feel like they're undone. So you see on this one, uplifting energy in the bottom part there. I was struggling on the colors. I was just struggling with the whole piece, even though I had a lot of texture in there. You see in the blue in the middle, I needed something, and when I added this piece of it's like wooden paper. I only have a little bit left, but when I added that to the canvas, it finished off the canvas for me. And you'll see at the end of the video, I liked where I was. I liked the soft greens I had in the bottom, but when I added this piece, it finished it for me. So I hope you get something out of this. I mentioned in the other video that abstract landscapes for me are not a traditional landscape. It's how I look at a scenery. It's how I interpret it within my mind based on how I look at life, how I feel about life, the colors I love. And that takes over more than my trying to portray a certain look. I mean, this almost has like a southwestern bottom, like a Sedona rock feeling, and then the top is almost like the beach and then some calmness and maybe a mountain in there. And it's more about the feelings of what I'm putting together, the feelings of the colors and the textures in my landscapes, more so than trying to portray a traditional landscaped picture. Although I did try to keep this not as abstract as, say, Joan Mitchell. She has an entire book on landscapes, and if you look at her book, they don't even look like a landscape. They're more of a floral. They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, more of a floral type of a landscape, but it's not a traditional landscape. So artists who have abstracts may not always portray a landscape of the traditional style that you think. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I will talk through parts of it to tell you what I've done. And I hope that it is of some interest to you. But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining my channel with me. All right, again, I prepared this canvas. It was a white canvas, and I did some of the white gesso at the bottom and did a little bit of blue at the top. I did add some of the medium, the modeling paste, to the middle to give it some texture. And while it was drying, I did do some scratching. So I'm adding a little scratching now on here. And I just get started. And as I said in my intro, this painting took several turns, and that's okay with me because I do a lot of layers anyway. Each layer for me just helps it informs the next decision I'm going to make. And if a layer gets covered up, that's okay, because it has spoken to me and allowed me to make a decision to what I'm going to do next. So layering for me is just a part of my process. So I am going to put this on a faster speed, and then I'm going to just walk you through some of the things that I'm doing, and stop when I think there's something important to share with you. And before I put that on fast speed, this is ultramarine blue, and I will put the colors in the description below so that you have them. And that's teal. So I'm going to put this on a faster speed for you so you can still see what I'm doing, but it is not overly boring watching me do every single stroke.
I choose you. This is more than just a wedding. This is etched into eternity. With our union, we will move mountains. We will live on our knees. 'Cause he'd choose us in 100 lifetimes. He'd choose us in 100 worlds. He'd find us, and we'd say we do for the rest of our lives. With all that we have, we do. And we will, when the sky turns black and he comes back riding on the clouds. Every day and every moment, every breath we take, we choose you. Look into my eyes, dear. Look into my eyes, dear. 'Cause this is where it starts. Yes, this is where it starts. I'll give you my whole heart for my whole life. I'll give you my whole heart for my whole life. And this is where it starts. And I'll say I do for the rest of my life. With all that I have, I do. And I will, when the sky is falling. I promise you I'm all in, no turning back. And every day, every moment, and every breath you take, I choose you. forever. You're my reality. You're my sunshine. You're my best times. You're my anomaly. And I'd choose you in 100 lifetimes. I'd choose you in 100 worlds. I'd find you, and I'd say I do for the rest of my life. With all that I have, I do. And I will, when the sky is falling, I promise you I'm all in, no turning back. And every day, every moment, every breath you take, I choose you. This is more than just a wedding. This is etched into eternity. With our union, we will move mountains. We will live on our knees. 'Cause he'd choose us in 100 lifetimes. He'd choose us in 100 worlds. He'd find us, and we'd say we do for the rest of our lives. With all that we have, we do. And we will, when the sky turns black and he comes back riding on the clouds. Every day and every moment, every breath we take, we choose you. Look into my eyes, dear. Look into my eyes, dear. 'Cause this is where it starts. Yes, this is where it starts. I'll give you my whole heart for my whole life. I'll give you my whole heart for my whole life. And this is where it starts. And I'll say I do for the rest of my life. With all that I have, I do. And I will, when the sky is falling, I promise you I'm all in, no turning back. And every day, every moment, and every breath you take, I choose you.
So at this point, I could have stopped before I started going over this, but something was just telling me I want to take this in a different direction. So I just started painting over the real drippy parts, and you'll see how I brought this to the conclusion in what I felt I was missing. And as you see, the top part are the clouds, so it's more of a traditional landscape. The bottom part is more the abstract. And I'm not quite sure what it was about the painting that made me react and take it in a different direction, but that's exactly what you do as an abstract painter, and any type of painter. If something is telling you to go a different direction and you want to take that risk to do that, I highly suggest. Here I went ahead and the camera stopped, so I added a lot of the ultramarine blue, and I'm adding some more of the colors in. And this is where I totally made the change. It was all done, and then the bottom part, I added this piece of mixed media. It's like a wooden paper that I got just at a craft shop. I don't have a lot left. And I just added that in the bottom, and then added some of the Hansa Yellow Light and the Indian Yellow paint together. And here I'm just adding the different textures of the paint into the bottom of the painting. And it's what I felt the painting needed. It needed this extra texture. And the reason why I came to this conclusion is because of the layers before. It was telling me to go this direction, then go this direction. And that's what I'm hoping that it'll work for you. You're going to take your painting in a different direction, depending on what you see before you, what the layer is, what you like. As an artist, I have a list in front of me of things I like, and a lot of times I will add, and texture is like at the top of the list. And so that's what I needed in this painting, was that extra piece of texture at the bottom, and to me it just made all the difference in the world. So I'm going to finish this. I sped this up again, and I'm just going to use some mark making with some pencil graphite. That's a black woody, making some additional marks in the painting itself, and finishing this off. So I appreciate you watching the video with me. I appreciate you going through the different renditions, and that's what I do as an abstract painter. I play with the paint, I play with the painting, I'd let the inspiration take me where I want to go. I utilize a lot of my past marks that I like in my paintings, and it takes me to an end painting that I love. And that's what I hope for you, that you will be able to take your paintings to a direction and enjoy the process while you're painting.